Okay.
Alright, so I don't know about all of you guys, but I've noticed a problem in our school systems that I feel needs to be solved as soon as possible. And that is the fact that we have such a low rate of religion in our schools. Now, I already know what you guys are thinking. We already have ACF. Is that enough? Well, no, it's really not enough. I'm trying not to offend anyone in this room, but please raise your hand if you have any religious affiliation. Okay, look around. Do you see all of those people? I mean, think about it. Wouldn't it be cool if you could learn your religion at school? But let's first look at the root of this problem. We all have taken a U.S. history class this year, and one of the things we learned is about how the separation of church and state came to be. There have been many court cases, and the first main one was in 1947 with McCollum versus the Board of Education. In this case, we noticed that the Jewish, Roman Catholic, and Protestant faiths decided that they wanted to start classes in their schools. With that, they offered secular classes to be taught as well. So if you didn't want to take this class, then you didn't have to. But the court ruled against it, saying that it went against the establishment rule. And the establishment law states that you cannot place one religion above another. Well, technically, I think that they didn't, because if they were placing one religion above the other, then they would be teaching it to everybody, but they weren't. They were teaching it to the kids that wanted to learn it. And the First Amendment states that we should have freedom of religion and speech without the government interference, so I don't even know why the government was interfering in the first place. It's much like our career tech classes. I don't have to take a business class if I don't want to, much like you don't have to take a video broadcasting class, but it's offered for everyone. It's not saying one career is better than the other, it's just saying that you have a choice. So I think that we should do that for our religion classes, make it a choice. Now, many people could counter that religion will not help them with a career later in life, so why should it be offered to begin with? Well, for some people it does not affect them, but for some it does. My best friend wants to be a youth minister when he gets older. And one of his teachers told him that he should probably choose another career because it does not make enough money. He decided not to listen to his teacher because he has a passion for youth ministry and he'd rather make no money and change the lives of others than make a lot of money and be the only one in his life who is happy. So, what I'm trying to get at is, he wants to do this, but he can't really learn this stuff at school. So he has to go to college and learn the basis of it on top of the only education he gets, which is at church. So if you look at some statistics, you'll find that the amount of teens who want to pursue a degree in ministry of any kind has dropped to 1%. I believe that is the fault of the school system because these students were not given the opportunity to learn a career in a field that they might not have an option in. And if people will say that if it's dropped to 1%, then it shouldn't be offered in the first place. But other statistics show that 1% of teens want to go into accounting, 4% want to go into business, 3% want to go into construction or industrial technology, and 2% want to go into a professional athletic career. If you use your low percentage against the religious affiliation, then why don't you use the low percentage against other classes in the school, such as our business classes, our sports programs, our construction classes, and our yearbook class. So now let's go through ACF. ACF is awesome with what they do, but it's only for a short amount of time in the day. It's 30 minutes long, and not everybody can make it. I know that I personally can't go to it because I have other clubs that I have to go to that's mandatory, and I know that many people have sports that they have to attend or they can't be on the team. Now, not all schools have ACF, they have FCA, which is the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And many kids get confused as to why they should be going if they're not athletes. So I think that if we offered classes in the school that showed kids that what religion is and what religions they want to explore, then they could do that. Now, some people could counter, if you're so religious, then why can't you just do your religious activities at home? Okay, I have to ask some people, starting with Chandler. How much homework do you have per night?
About 2 hours worth.
Okay, 2 hours, and do you do extracurriculars?
Yes.
What kind?
Football, and during the spring I usually do lacrosse, but now I'm doing SAT classes.
How many hours does that take usually?
The SAT class took two hours. Yeah, about 2 hours.
Okay,
And
so that's...
football takes like 3 hours.
Okay, so that's already like 4 or 5 hours that you're using per night. So from 3:30 to 8:30 at night. So from 3:30 to 8:30, you're busy. And on top of that, you don't even have time to sleep. On top of, you might have tests to study for. So we can't just do that. Like, we can't just give ourselves, just a short amount of time to learn something that we're passionate about. So what is my solution? My solution is that we make religious electives for students who want to pursue this type of education. They do not have to be in it because they want it to be their career choice, but they want it because they believe in it. I mean, think about it. We have to be forced to learn what evolution is, so why shouldn't we learn what we truly believe in? Schools always promote you learn your interests and pursue them, but it's hard when your interests are not allowed to be pursued. And if you look at these graphs, it shows that only 16.1% have no religious affiliation. And here's a graph of homework. 1 or more is 50%, and that's only if you get all A's. A lot of kids get 35%, have C's and below. And the amount of kids with 3 hours or more of homework is 8%. The amount of kids with 2.5 is 4%. So just looking at how much time everything takes, you don't have enough hours in the day to really, pursue extra stuff on top of everything that is required of you to get into a college or to get your work done at school.